Hello, welcome back. This is Lucky. I have started a project that's pretty ambitious for me. I got a new um, foam uh, hot wire cutter. It's a Hercules brand, and I've built it, I've tested it out, I've now put it on my uh, tool table in the garage, and I'm ready to try a project. I've done some foam modeling before. I used a hot wire to craft a rocky uh, hillside for a Dickens Village scene, and some other little pieces that were just kind of rocky or walls or something, pretty simple for that village project. I haven't put that on YouTube, but this is a step above that. I found this schematic for the Endor bunker, and you can't actually see it here. Here, let's see. If you want to know the measurements, simply look at this very easy to read thing. There we are. I found this from Chicken's Tabletop Crafting. I'd put a link up in the corner, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to do that. And probably nobody's watching this anyways. But but if you want to know who did this particular um, schematic, that would be Chicken's Tabletop Crafting. Chicken's Tabletop Crafting, and I used their schematic to try to make a template that I could use. Again, I don't know why I keep trying to show you this because there it is. Now you can kind of see it. So that's 15.5 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters. 15.5 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters, and then this is about this whole middle section is 8 centimeters by 8 by 2. Since that's 8, and it's 15 total, then this would be 3. Let's see, 3.5 centimeters each for these little outcroppings. So, anyways, it's 8, right smack in the middle, by 2 centimeters up. And then you have the rough shape of the bunker from Endor that they break into to take down the shield generator, I believe, in Return of the Jedi. And the versions that I've seen of this online are often used for Jedi Legion tabletop RPG game, and they're modular, so you can kind of just take them in and out. I'm going to try to do something similar, even though I haven't played that game yet. I'm hoping to give it a try at Gen Con. But also, the other versions that I see aren't really surrounded by a lot of nature, and I enjoy that part of it. I got a bunch of trees and grass and stuff that I'm going to add on at the end, because there are giant trees. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that because they don't look quite right on this type of model. But if you look at the scene in Return of the Jedi, there are giant trees and rocks and bushes and ferns. Couldn't find any good ferns either, but I'll add green things, and it should look pretty cool because the bunker is like hidden into the hill a little bit. It's not just um, like the flat thing, but I want to be able to take the lid off and also have it tucked in the hill. So we'll see. I might not even be able to cut this up at all into the right shape. Okay, so I have a template here. I need to go into this. So this XPS foam, all I can find is sheets, and so I had to glue it together. I found I used a 3M spray adhesive. Some people online were using 77. I used a 90. I don't know how much of a difference that makes, but it's very secure. But the problem is there's no way to do it without seeing a line in it. So that's going to be irritating. I'm going to try to do what I can to cover it up. I've got some dry decks, spackle, what is it, the spackle wall stuff. I'm going to cover the lines, the creases, after it's all built before I paint it with something like that. And hopefully that covers up the holes there, the cracks, cracked holes. But this is bigger, a lot bigger than the template. So I'm going to cut off some extra and leave some space to draw the template on, but I don't need to draw it yet. I might just use it like right in the middle. That seems inefficient. Maybe I have room for two if I do it more efficiently. But I don't want to use like the corner because that's like the worst looking part, right? The edges are kind of the worst looking part of this. So I'm going to cut in a little bit around it. And it'll be easier to maneuver too. Maybe I should just draw this first. It seems like a good choice. Especially if I can fit two on there. I'm gonna do it this way. Alright. What I should do is get a straight edge. Put that on here. Let me turn this off. I didn't actually have it on because I have it on the foot pedal setting. But let me grab a ruler. Or even better, a protractor here. And I'll draw it. Because the protractor's see-through, you can see where things should be a little bit better. Let me trace the template here. Not the best surface to draw on, the table. But, you know, if you watched my previous video, you know I'm not all about making good decisions. Let's see. Template shifted. Splendid. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Nothing moved. I'm going to pause this while I draw. Alright, so I've got a pretty good template drawn there that you can maybe almost see on camera. And, oh, I'd like to make enough space for two. Anyways, let me try to slice up some of this extra foam, make it a little easier to work with. Okay, pressing the foot pedal, light is red. The wire looks a little wobbly. It doesn't look as stiff as I thought it would be. Whenever I turn this thing on, it seems to loosen up a little. Maybe I need to go underneath and tighten it again. It should be like a third or fourth time. But that's okay. It's not actually that hard because this table is a lot lighter than it looks. Okay, let's see. All Alright, that felt good, but I stopped because I was like, why don't I just do this so that it's like a actual straight line on that edge? Gotta remember how to get this like further out. I guess that's this way. And then that's not conducive to how I have things laid out of this room. See, there's got to be a way for me to... I know all you smarter people out there are laughing at how difficult it is for me to do this sort of thing. Alright, let's see. Maybe now I can cut this straight. I've got a straight edge on this side. It doesn't go up though, and there's a thingy in the way here. Oh, it does go up a little. Okay. Oh, okay. Hey, this is pretty good. Move. Okay. Let's see. Now I should be able to put this right about where I want it for my straight edge. And tighten this knob. Or knut, I think it was called before. Okay. That's tightened, so now it doesn't move. Ooh, sweet. Okay. So now I'm gonna... Wait, I'm gonna take this pointy part off. It's just for the round thing. And step off the pedal while I do this. Okay. There we go. Not a straight line, because I'm not using the guide right now. Squeaky sound, like a droid. Alright. I guess I should try the real deal here. If I were really good at this, I'd have the measurements of the template in correlation with the numbers that are on this table. But I am just not going to spend that much time learning how to do that. Go back to 9th grade math and learn about measuring things properly. No, thank you. All right. Okay, so the wire is on the line right below the main numbers there. So if I line up my line on those, I'm gonna stick my head in the frame, I think. Stick my line on that line. I think I should be able to eyeball that, right? Let's see. This silver thing isn't quite, or this guide isn't lined up quite right. Lower that a little. So when I line up this guide, it's not straight with the line of the table. That's an issue. Let's see if I can figure out how to rotate it a little bit more here. Okay. Just gotta tinker with the knobs. That's what she said. Alright. Let's see. Right in line with on the lines. Almost. Pretty. I mean, this thing doesn't have to be perfectly cut either. I shouldn't probably put too much worry into it because a little bit off. It's not a big deal. Again, it'll be foliage and whatnot, but still, I think this is pretty good. I mean, again, I'm clearly not good at this sort of thing, and I feel like this machine is really helping me do this well. So I've got about the thickness of one of the grid lines left to cut off. So I line it up there on that line. I should be able to push this through. It'll be right next to my actual, or right on the line, hopefully, or at least right next to the template. All right. Here goes nothing. That was pretty sweet. I didn't quite hit the line, so I'm going to try a second run. Oh yeah, but to get it straight, I've got to adjust this again. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to leave it. It can be a little short. There's forgiveness. It's the back of the bunker. Yeah. That felt good. That was good. That went well so far. Let's see if I can get the rest of this template cut out here. Let's see. Okay, this is about the thickness of one line as well. Wow, that one just made it till I hit the wall of the table, the tool table. Just made it. All right. Keep all that extra foam. All sorts of fun stuff you can do with that, you know. All right, I'm gonna wing another line here to carve out the rest of the part of the foam that I'm using for this particular template and separate it for the second one that I'll probably need after messing this one up. Alright. Hopefully I used enough adhesive throughout this thing that part will also do work. Anyways. Alright. So, now we've got chunk just about the size of the bunker that I want. Just need to cut a few lines off here. This drawing is actually a little bit slanted on here. It's not perfectly straight from here to there. So I could actually back this up and slant the silver thingy a bit. The guide. The guide actually swivels, I think, if I do it right. There we go. That's kind of cool. Not bad. Give that a try. Tighten all the knobs again. Wow, simple but effective. I really think this is great. Great for beginners. And maybe even people a little more advanced. This is just like all you need for a lot of these sort of things, I think. Okay. This is a crack. Let's see. Alright. Well, I didn't do the top part straight. I didn't get that line just right. I'm also seeing a big gap here, which makes me unhappy in the foam. Why don't they make bigger blocks of this stuff? I've looked all over the internet, phrased it a bunch of different ways, and I even ordered something that seemed like it was close, but it's just like was using a technical term for styrofoam. It's got a big old block of styrofoam, which you can cut with the wire thingy, but it's porous and stuff. I don't think I want to use styrofoam for this project. What am I gonna do with these big old gaps when I want to make it? Well, anyways, let's finish cutting this out. Let's see. I'm gonna put this thing real close to the wire now. And try to straighten this line out. Actually rotate the guide. Again, it's alright if I don't get this perfect. I gotta give myself some grace. I'm new to this process. And I think the old adage goes, better to cut with confidence than have to go back and measure again. So that worked well. Actually, it worked very well. Yeah. Now I've got to cut the center part out where the door is, where Leia gets shot in the arm. That's Princess Leia to you, or Senator Organa. Let's see. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not good at this. There's something I should be doing here differently. When you have a rumpled part, how do you get the line straight? I guess, oh, you know what I could do? Try to just make a straight line of like a thinner size to fix that wobbly edge. Oh, ah. Okay. All right. Here we go. And now when I cut the the whole hidey hole out, I'll have a flatter surface to guide. I'm going to wrap this up. After I cut this, it'll be it for the night. Let me get a little bit closer. The air extra dry. Pretty thin slice here I need to cut. I'm trying to do this one fast, confident, and to live with the results. Oh no! Well, I'm gonna have to smooth some of this out manually when all is said and done, or try my other chunk. Well, let's work with this for now. I'm gonna finish this part off. Sometimes I have trouble remembering how the thing lines up in here. There we go. There we go. Okay. But I need to go up and down this way. I could do that from here. Grab another chunk here as a guide. Okay. Oops. Let's see. There we have it. A perfect Star Wars bunker. Isn't that great? I'll probably need a little cleanup on the edges. But I'm happy. I'm happy that I did this. Thank you very much for watching, and like and subscribe.